I knew what a miracle mop was, obviously. Everyone in America knows what the miracle mop is. And I was familiar with who Joy Mangano was, but I didn't know her history. She granted us cinematic freedom and creative freedom, which is so important, and was very graceful of her so that we didn't feel constrained, because it is a celebration of her. But David can't make a biopic. His imagination is too big. He has to dive into the soul of somebody. And for that, he needs creative license, and Joy was understanding of that. But when he was writing, he would have these really long conversations with her that go on for hours, and her history is so rich and so fantastic. So it was helpful for both of us to listen to those. And then I met her once while David was writing before we got started, and she's fantastic. She has an incredible energy that was very inspiring to me. I do that before every film, before every movie. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. How am I going to do this? And then you just start and feel your way through it until it's over. We really love and respect each other, and we really respect the relationship that we have. It's very important to us, because this making cinema is one of the most important things in the entire world to both of us. And so this relationship that facilitates this love that we share is incredibly important. Nothing was really shot in sequence. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of costume changes, a lot of wigs. It was fun. It doesn't take a huge. David's writing is I'm really just a vessel for his writing. So no matter what age it was, I just read it and opened myself up to it, and there wasn't a huge, okay, now I'm younger, okay, now I'm older. It was. All of the big movies that I've done, the franchise films, whatever, I took on for the same reasons why I've done indies. I love the story, I love the character. Well, he's wonderful because he gives complete and total emotional context to the scene, to the character, where you are right now. And explains that before you go on, so you're never confused about where you are, and everybody's on the same page. And he doesn't care how long that takes. He doesn't care if he has to play me 10 songs before he feels like, okay, I understand the emotional place where my character is right now. And then when we get going, his notes are very technical and very straightforward and unique at times, but very, very easy to understand. But it's very discombobulating, because David is writing as he's going, because he never stops having ideas, ever. So things are constantly changing, and it's like a shattered glass window. There's so many fragments of beautiful, beautiful, magical things, but he is a visionary, and anybody who works for him has to just fall with complete trust. So scene by scene by scene, he's very clear. I want it to look like this. I want it to feel like this. I want it to sound like this. But there's a million of these things, and you have no idea how it's all going to come together. And I know it's going to be great. I never worry, but every time I see it, it's a huge emotional experience for me, much more than any other movie. The American Dream is incredibly important to Neil Walker. So Bradley's dialogue is very centered in explaining that, which inspires Joy. But it's all kind of centered on character in the moment. You know, when you make a film and then you see how people perceive it and you see how people are talking about it and you go, well, sure, you know, I don't think every painter paints a painting and then goes, and this is this point and this means this and this, you know, you look at it and it's how it makes you feel. It's what it's going to conjure up thoughts for many different people. So I think that the American Dream is kind of something that was important to a character, and that was our vantage point from a characteristic point of view.